The worst storm. Well, I do remember there was a time up on Table Mountain. The Groom Trail goes through a whole series of meadows, big meadows, and we have poles across those meadows because when it's really snowing, you can't find your way across. So there's a pole and a pole and a pole. One time we were snowing so hard, I couldn't see from one pole to the next, and we'd go ahead a little ways and look for a pole, and then we'd find it and we'd go to that pole, and pretty soon we got to where we'd go a little bit and couldn't see a pole, and go a little bit and couldn't see a pole, and finally we said we better follow our tracks back while we still can. So we did. Just turn right around and follow our tracks out, because if you get lost in those meadows there, man, you'll be there till the storm clears. Up on Table Mountain sometimes we get some big, humongous drifts. Some of these big drifts that kind of curl over the roadway. It's like a big, big wave that's just frozen in time. And you're cutting like right across the surf. You have to kind of knock those off very carefully onto the road and groom them. It's just a matter of positioning the cat right so that you're knocking snow down into this hole that's on your right, and you're knocking snow off over the cliff to your left, but the cat itself doesn't go in either one. That's the hard part. You just have to go very, very slowly through there. The blade and the tiller.
Right.
Primarily it's the blade. What you do with the blade under different circumstances, that is a real art. And there's people that have an awful lot more experience than me. There's a lot of people that are pretty good at it. Tough winter. Our episode of getting stuck was probably the most interesting thing that's happened in a long time. We just had a lot of times where we had to cut logs and cut through drifts and reestablish a trail. We had a lot of shifts that were just like that. And everybody was pretty tired by the end of the season. Having a CD player is wonderful. I mean, the cats now all have radios and CD players. Oh, I like the blues, and I like rock and roll in general. Blues and loud rock and roll. And we have the Forest Service radio, and we can talk to the other groomers. So that's always kind of nice to check in and see what everybody's doing. I carry some sandwiches and cookies and. No, it wouldn't. It's probably legal, but no, I don't want to have to worry about, whether they got to pee or whether they got to get bored or decide to leap over the console and push a button. No, I'm not going to do that. If you had a dog that was very calm and just really enjoyed sitting there, that'd be fine. Most groomer operators, they try to set it to where the shifts are no more than 8 hours long. But obviously, as you well know, there are many times when the shifts end up being longer than that just because of what you face. I mean, most guys go out expecting that it's not going to be exactly 8 hours. For the most part, everybody who's running groomer, that's their job for the winter. There are some backup people who have other jobs, but for the most part, it's their job for the winter. When I go grooming, I can just concentrate on doing the best job possible on that snow that's right in front of me. And that's all I got to worry about. And that's what I like. I like seeing a job finished and well done. It's a good break from my day-to-day bureaucracy. Most people, if they get into grooming, they'll know pretty within the first couple of weeks whether it's for them. Most of the people that get into it and stay with it, they pretty well adapt to it. I think that's a fair statement across the state that groomer operators tend to stay groomer operators. It still takes at least a year for them to be reasonably good at it. So training a new operator is it's a big time commitment. I mean, you could teach a guy how to physically run the cat in one shift, but then it's how to operate the blade and the tiller under different circumstances to get the results you want. That's what takes lots and lots and lots and lots of time. Geez, I bought it sometime in the late 70s, so it's probably 25 years old. Yeah, it's something like that.